Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Again, it's always a pleasure to come to India, especially somebody from Canada, because I'd be shoveling snow now if I was back there. So it's always nice to come to a warmer climate, right? Again, the dais, I go through this fairly quickly because we have a limited amount of time, but we'll try and cover as much as we can. So looking at all the statistics we get today, so Gardner says there's 6.5 billion connected things in 2016. That's up 30% from 2015. Analysis in 2025 says that the connected devices will yield insight, as much as $11 trillion. Our friends from Accenture always really give us really good numbers. Industrial Internet of Things could add $14.2 trillion to the global economy by 2030. They are all huge numbers. But we have to manage those numbers somehow. So looking at the business concepts for a global survey, the results we have here, we have 50% put a higher priority in reducing the operating costs, so we have to remember that. Only 1/3 of the people are satisfied with the current level of analytics. So that means all the stuff we're doing today, only 1/3 is really happy with getting the results they're getting out of their analytical systems. So are they making the right decisions with that information? 96% see a clear strategy value in operational analytics. So a rise in that number. The top 3 technology trends affecting utilities: real-time monitoring, predictive analysis, predictive analytics, and the IT-OT conversion, bringing the IT, the operating stuff, the ET, and even the maintenance stuff has to come into that to make this work. So the importance of all the data that we have. And as you can see, the numbers are rising as we get newer and newer technology comes out. The smart devices are going to get smarter. There's going to be more and more and more of those. So we want to make sure that that data that we're getting is actually usable. Is it clean? Is it good? How do we go through that? Again, in the past, there was always things that people said that was paralysis through analysis. You had so much data that you didn't really know what to do anymore because one data point would contradict another data point. So this is all about getting the right information at the right time to make the right decisions. So as I said, right decisions. With all the information available, how are we going to make the right decision? When's the best time to make the decision? Are you making the decision too late or after the event, what I call the 2 zone, too early, too little, too late, too much? You're in one of that, what I call the 2 zone. How do you aid decision making? Is the lack of visibility of asset and operational performance hindering the decision making? So are you looking at the data all the way down at the asset level? And I say that because if you look at data and all the data we can get from smart systems, statistically, if you look at that, that's only 30% of the data that we collect is of a numeric value. The other 60 to 70% is from human senses. People looking at something, and you'll see some stuff later on from some of the other people. We hope that when you use drones to look at things, the human being still has to intervene with those to come up with the right decisions. So it's gathering all that 100% of the data. The human senses stuff, along with all the stuff we can get from machines to do the correct analytics. So analytics within the smart grid. The definition of operational technology. We've got SCADA systems, data historians, and you can see based on the chart, all the information is coming in. And again, as we grow, we have more and more things that add to that environment, which now makes it a little more complex to get the right information back out. The definition of technology, we have financial data, CRMs, business transactions, billings, inventory, manual entry, all that stuff's coming into the systems. So performance modeling powered by what we call asset-wise. So again, like the colleague said before, the visualization plays a big role in this. So looking at the engineering technology, the information technology, the operational technology. And the operation technology, we also include what happens with the maintenance and reliability of the equipment that we're actually looking at. So taking advantage of the Internet of Things is only going to get bigger. Due to the growth, connected devices, as I'm saying, the cost of smart technology is decreasing. and we see that all the time. The analytics to take advantage of all the data can lead to lowering energy costs, realizing the potential of a complete smart grid. Again, the costs, and looking at that infrastructure. And today, we can't forget about the aging infrastructure. We heard about that yesterday. So converging it, I'll go a little quicker. So analyzing the trend, analyzing the conditions or the asset's health, how is it actually working, conducting predictive operational analysis, motor and visualization, monitor visualization, validate the operation data. So again, this is a little video that shows where we are, as my colleagues showed before. So the visualization going in, from there we want to be able to bring that data back in. We want to be able to talk to our EAM systems, or SAPs, or Maximos, wherever we're using, to say, when we find a problem, we want to identify that and tell the work order system what they have to do to send people out to do the work. Let's go a little faster. So basically what we're looking at is the hub in here is our Bentley system, all the field data coming in from multiple places. We're going to take all that data to make the right decisions to tell the work order systems or wherever you're using, how do you get something corrected after you find the initial problem. All the systems, what they're doing for us, are giving us some kind of an alarm or giving us some prediction of what's going to happen. We have to be able to fix that, and we have to fix it right at the most optimal time at the lowest cost. And again, I wouldn't be doing my job. I'm also a member of the Canadian Standards Council, so I wouldn't be doing my job as part of that committee by not introducing and let everybody know about the ISO 55000. So the ISO 55000 is about asset management standards. 55000 is the overview. 55001 is what management systems do you have to meet the certification. And 55002 is all the guidelines around how they're supposed to be used. It establishes a framework, the what, and it does not define the method of how. That's up to the individual user, what tools and stuff they want to do to make sure they get the end results. But it gives you everything you need to look at asset management. So a couple examples. I'll let you read through these, visualizing the assets so you can drill down. Typical transfer condition monitoring dashboards, gas alarm dashboards. So really what we want to try and get people to do, and that's what we're trying to do with the Internet of Things, is going from reactive to proactive. We know statistically that every reactive job, when you have to do something after it's failed, is 4 to 10 times more money. Plus it usually causes secondary damage. So the benefits, again, improve reaction times, reduce cost, extending the life of the asset, and that's a big thing we have to do, is get more life out of the assets we have today, and increase the decision making. And I'll just zip through the last one. So some solutions, looking at corrosion analysis using drones, and I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.